Hello everyone and welcome to Cinderful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the Grey. Today's video we're going to start collecting Warhammer 40,000, and today we're taking a look at the Space Marines, and in particular the 1st Company Task Force detachment for the Army. We're going to go through the special rule for this particular detachment before looking at a couple of units we recommend to get started with for this particular faction, and then look at some other units we can use to expand upon those first couple of initial purchases. We'll then finally finish off the video with a little sample army list of 1,000 points for you to use, hopefully as some inspiration for starting your own fours of the Space Marines using the 1st Company Task Force detachment in Warhammer 40,000. And so, to begin with, we get the Extremis level threat rule. What this does is once per battle in your command phase, you can use this ability. If you do so until your next command phase, each time a model from your army with the Oath of Moment ability makes an attack that would target the target of your Oath of Moment ability, you can re-roll the wound roll as well. Oath of Moment is the Space Marine special ability where you get to reroll hits against one target of your choice at the start of every turn, and this will allow you to potentially take down, a big threat for your opponent. So a once per game ability, being able to really just hone in and target on something. Today's video is brought to you by Gap Games, a fantastic retailer in Australia for a variety of different miniature war games. If you'd like to help support the channel, we have an affiliate link where by clicking on and purchasing, you'll help support the channel, but you'll also help support Gap Games, which is a fantastic servant to the community. And so, where to start for our force? I think a captain in Terminator Armor is a great place to begin. He goes into our different Terminator units nicely and helps both different variations of them, I think, and provides, a really solid character to focus our force around. Now, he has 6 wounds, 2+ save, toughness 5, and he's also got a 4-up invulnerable save there as well, thanks to his Iron Halo. Now, he has a couple of war gear options between the Power Fist and the Relic Blade. The Power Fist has less attacks, though it is going to be a higher strength. It only drops 1 attack, so for me, I do think the Power Fist is probably my preferred combat weapon option. And then you've got an option of a Storm Bolter or Combi Weapon. The difference here is that Combi Weapon does have anti-infantry, devastating wounds, and rapid fire 1, while the Storm Bolter just has rapid fire 2. Both will put out similar strength attacks. So the Storm Bolter has 2 attacks compared to the Combi Bolter's 1, and you've got a 3+ to hit on that combi weapon as well. Now, the big ability here is the Imperium Sword. You can reroll charge rolls made for this model's unit, and you can join either of our 2 Terminator variations in the Terminator Squad or the Terminator Assault Squad. Now, speaking of the Terminator Squad as well, they are going to be the unit I suggest to get started with. I think they're an excellent unit to have on the table. They're really versatile, can actually fight in melee pretty decently with their Power Fist. For me, are probably my favourite weapon option. 3 attacks at a 3+ to hit, strength 8, -2 AP, and damage 2. They also have the cool ability of Fury of the First, where each time a unit in this makes an attack that targets an enemy unit selected for Oath of Moment ability, you can add 1 to the hit roll, so really nice. And then you've also got the Teleporter Homer, where you can use to get some rapid ingress ability from it, which is really nice. This allows you to sort of not have to spend CP if you're coming down near this Teleport Homer you can put on the battlefield. They can take a heavy weapon in the unit as well, so you've got options of Heavy Flame, which is a nice torrent, ignores cover weapon. The Cyclone Missile Launcher is a great mix of sort of anti-armor and anti-infantry, and the Assault Cannon has devastating wounds there with a nice 6 shots. Now, looking at where to go next, the other Terminator option we have are the Terminator Assault Squads. They've got 2 main weapon options here. You have either the Thunder Hammer, which has devastating wounds with 3 attacks at 4+ to hit, strength 8, -2 AP, and damage 2. Or you've got the Twin Lightning Claws. We have the Twin Linked rule, which will allow them to reroll wounds. So, combines nicely with Oath of Moment, potentially. 5 attacks, 3+ to hit, strength 5, -2 AP, and damage 1. Now, you do have a cool ability where you can force an opposing unit that you've actually charged for these to take a battle shock test out of phase. This can be really nice. Potentially can give you control of objectives against vast hordes of enemies. Now, looking at another Terminator character we can bring in to join some of our units, the Terminator Librarian is a really fun choice. Now, obviously, this is going to bring a Psyker to your force, but the big thing here is Veil of Time. We can give sustained hits 1. And this model can only lead our Assault Terminators, but I think when we're going with things like Thunder Hammers in the unit, it's going to be a really nice thing to give us some extra hits on them, and then obviously still make use of the devastating wounds roll as well. Now, moving on to our veteran units. First of all, we have Stern Guard veterans. These have a wide variety of different options. They can take on some cool weapon options for your unit sergeant. You've got the options of your cool flamer, or you've got the nice heavy bolt rifle and the heavy bolter there, which are all good options. For me, I think my favourite is probably going to be the heavy bolter with just the Stern Guard bolt rifles. Plenty of devastating wounds, heavy rapid fire 1 assault weapon shots coming out of that unit. It's probably my way to go with them. Now, they do have a cool ability called Stern Guard Focus as well. We can reroll wound rolls when targeting the Oath of Moment target of 1. And then moving on, we have our combat veterans, which are the Vanguard veterans. These are a really interesting unit, and yes, you can purchase the Vanguard veteran kit here, and I think if you grab some of the bits from here and maybe combine with some of the brand new Assault Intercessors, you'll have a fantastic looking Primaris version of these. But these are going to have the Vanguard Assault, where whenever they charge, they'll get lethal hits. They have heirloom weapons on all the models in the unit for 4 attacks at weapon skill 3+, strength 5, -1 AP, and damage 1. You've got the option to take some specialized pistol weapons, like your grav pistol and your plasma pistol on the unit, and also take some storm shields in there as well to get you a 4 up invulnerable save on a variety of different models. Now, of course, we're going to look at a unit that really does bring out something of those Stern Guard veteran and the Vanguard veteran, and a chaplain is an interesting shot. Now, first of all, we have the chaplain with jump pack. This is the one we've actually got pictured here, and this is going to be for our unit of obviously Vanguard veterans. This is going to give them the ability to do some mortal wounds when they charge from Excoriation of Rage. Malignity of Hate as well will allow them to add 1 to wound roll, sort of doubling up the fact that, you know, they've got lethal hits, so they can bypass wound rolls, but getting a bonus to their wound rolls is really nice as well when you've got a lot of high attacks at a average sort of strength. Now, you've also got the regular chaplain on foot that you can choose to lead your Stern Guard. Litany of Hate will give you +1 to wound as well, and the spiritual leader will allow you to automatically pass a battle shock test for a unit nearby, which is really cool. And so, here we have our sample army list for you. Now, obviously, first company task force, and we're playing a 1,000-point game of Incursion here. Now, we've gone with Captain in Terminator Armor, who's going to be our Warlord, and then we've got a Chaplain with Jump Pack, who's also taking the Power Fist option they can go with. I think this gives some nice extra armor punch to our Vanguard Veteran Squad with Jump Packs. Now, we then have a Librarian in Terminator Armor, and this model is actually going to take our enhancement we've chosen, which is Iron Resolve. This is for a Terminator model only. It gives them a 5+ Feel No Pain for the bearer, but also once per game it gives them a 5+ Feel No Pain for their unit for a phase. This can be really good at making that Terminator Assault Squad super durable, and for me, this is really important. When that Assault Squad potentially comes down, it's not going to have the Captain in it, most likely, so it does have to roll that 9 up for a charge if it's coming in from Deep Strike. So having, you know, this there in case you fail that 9-inch charge is a cool little backup. But also, if you are just trying to hold an objective with them as well, can be another really good use of it. Now, speaking of the data sheets, we have our Stern Guard Veteran Squad with bolt rifles and a heavy bolter in there. And then we've also got our 2 Terminator Squads, 1 Assault Squad with everyone with Thunderhammer and Storm Shield, and then we've got the Terminator Squad with a Sergeant who has a power weapon, and then we've got 4 Terminators with a Cyclone missile launcher in there, along with 2 Chain Fists and 2 Power Fists on the other models. For our Vanguard Veteran Squad with Jump Pack, we've got Heirloom Weapon and Storm Shield on the Sergeant, and then we've got another 3 Storm Shields, 3 Plasma Pistols, and 3 Grav Pistols, swapping out all of our basic sort of pistols there, going along with our Heirloom Weapons to have a really fun unit. You can really make some cool models with that Vanguard Veteran unit. I think there's a great conversion potential in that unit, and I really do think it can provide a nice, good, fast-moving punch. And it also just adds another Deep Striker. You know, you can pretty much deploy this force with only the Stern Guard on the table at the beginning of the game. Maybe not the best idea, but it is certainly an option and something cool you can play around with this really thematic style detachment. But if you've got some ideas on your own first company task force for the Space Marines, let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. And that's the end of the video. We hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and also drop a comment down below letting us know what you thought about the video. If you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our fine little community here at Cinderful Gaming, we have a Discord server linked down in the video's description. Also linked down in the video's description are the best ways to help support the channel. You can use one of our affiliate links to Gap Games or Element Games if you're in Australia or the United Kingdom, or you can subscribe to our YouTube members or Patreon, or grab some merch from our merch stores on Teespring or Ko-fi. All the best ways to help support the channel. As a special thanks to all our Patreon and YouTube members, we'd like to give them all a shout out. So thank you to our Patrons: Broken Chef, Andy C, Grimskull, Colorblind Magic, Benjamin Swallows, James Cater, Mark Harvey, Domir, Average Wargamer, JJ Austrian, Cure Dynamic, Andrew Bowen, Outer and Shot First, Kenny Lowell, and Soren. And to our YouTube members: Green Roots Gaming, Ronya, Lock Lorick, the Johnny84, Broken Chef, Ariana Edwards, Monty's Tabletop Terrain, James Tillman, Disco, John Castle, and Gargamel196. Thank you all once again for watching. Like, subscribe, comment down below. Stay safe, everyone. Stay well. And most of all, keep fighting that war against the grey. Ciao for now.